This is one of those real bow ties that you have to tie yourself, and this is chocolate beer in a can. I'm like half classy. Ooh! Ah! Other ways I am half classy is by being half dressed. But hey, this is the first time that I've ever worn my own merch in a video. #Mardell.spreadshirt.com. Hashtag meowrch. It's my meow 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 meowrch. Hello YouTube, so in today's video there might not be much of a moral or a definitive conclusion or a call to action. I just kind of want to have a discussion. The topic I would like to mull over with you today is the difference in friendship dynamic between people with the same sexual orientation, so for example straight, or people with different sexual orientations, like straight queer. This had randomly been something I had been pondering over for a while, so I asked you on Twitter, Tumblr, and my second channel if you felt a difference, and something really interesting happened. After reading a flood of responses, the votes were split. Based on matching or different sexual orientations, half of you felt a difference in friendship dynamic and half of you did not. But what was fascinating to me was a majority of the responses that didn't feel a difference almost always started with, "I'm straight. But I have two gay besties and I love them just the same." While on the other hand, messages that did feel a difference usually started with something like, "I'm gay, and ever since I came out, I have felt X, Y, and Z." And it got me wondering why this was. Could straight identifying people possibly be blind to this difference because of hetero privilege? Maybe they don't get put in uncomfortable situations due to their sexual orientation as often as LGBT people, or maybe they don't feel self-conscious because of their orientation, and therefore they aren't forced to feel this difference like queer people are. Or perhaps it is totally dependent on specific friendships and on how open and communicative individuals in that friendship are. I'm not sure, but let's talk about it. So in order to discuss whether or not a difference in dynamic exists, and if so why, I give you Miss Hannah Witton. Hey everybody, look! I have a beautiful special guest.
In real life.
I know. No, we're at VidCon, so we thought, hey, like, we have to film a collab.
What do we film? And we had no ideas. And then alcohol.
Yeah. We started talking about the dynamic between friendships of queer and straight people. And when we were drunk, it was at least a good conversation, so
let's hope it works now.
Right. So Hannah, do you feel like your friendships with a queer person, do you feel like the dynamic is different than your friendships with other heterosexual people?
I want to say no.
Cool.
I want to say that, like, it's all the same. But obviously the things that you talk about are slightly different.
Sure.
And it doesn't mean that you treat each other any differently. It's just that you have other experiences and other stories to tell, and it's just variety.
Having common ground in a friendship is obviously major, and having matching or different sexual orientations can give you either a lot or little to talk about. If orientations match up, it's easy to relate and have open, flowing conversations about love life and romantic problems. If orientations don't match up, all the other person can do really is empathize rather than relate. And empathizing and relating can be very different. Do you ever like watch what you say or anything?
No, I insult my gay friends all of the time. Like I think once you have like an understanding with them,
right,
it's kind of sort of like anything goes, and as long as it's lighthearted and no one's getting hurt and you set sort of the boundaries, everyone's cool.
Right. Now what about like sexual tensions?
There was one time with my gay friend and we were watching the Hunger Games together in my bed and we were holding hands, and this is something that I do with all of my girlfriends. And so next day she came back around our house and we were talking about it, and a friend goes, "Yeah, it was a bit weird, like I thought you were gonna come on to me." And I was like, but then I said, "I thought you were gonna come on to me," and she was like, "No," and I was like, "Yeah, no." Don't sit there in silence holding your gay best friend's hand.
Or do.
Or do.
Sexual tension was another big one. A lot of you talked about hugs. Probably about 40 messages told me that after coming out, they hugged their straight friends less, which is so sad to me. So many people were worried that their friends would think they were coming on to them, but that is almost never the case. Your straight friends usually don't think you're coming on to them just because you're gay, and your gay friends are usually never coming on to you just because you're the same gender. It's all about communication. You guys should hug each other.
My perspective is from like people who identify as female and either straight or queer. But what about in male friendships?
Hey Nick, pop in the back.
Come on! Honorary male?
Yeah.
From a male perspective, it ideally, like in an ideal world, shouldn't be any different.
Yeah.
Where you should be able to hang out with you know, your gay friend, and it shouldn't be any different than when you're hanging out with anyone else, because really nothing is changing.
I agree, but there is still undeniably like a difference sometimes.
I feel like there's a difference, because I feel like, I don't know, because gay men is like very much associated, like the stereotypes with femininity.
Sure.
And then the stereotypes of femininity is like weakness. And then if you are then friends with a gay guy, it affects the masculinity of the group.
It does, which is an unfortunate, incorrect statement.
I really hope I'm not making like judgments, but this is just from observations. And
No, but it is. Like for instance, I'm straight, but my roommate is gay. Lived in like this really tiny apartment. You'd bring some guys home, and obviously, you know, your roommate's gay, and then they, you know, your guy friends who are, you know, oh, I'm straight, I'm really manly and everything. You know, sometimes there's like that feeling like, oh, your roommate's gonna come on to me or whatever, and it's like, no,
exactly.
Relax, it's fine.
So how did you handle that? When somebody said to you like, oh, is your roommate gonna hit on me? Like,
just say, hey, you're not attractive. He's not
right,
come on to you.
You're not cute. Make sure that you check out Hannah's channel. We did a beautiful collab over there. I believe that we're going to learn how to strip.
We haven't filmed it yet. We're hoping the stripper arrives soon.
We've been testing.
I don't know, what am I doing?
There's so many vaginas on camera right now, you guys.
Yeah. 3, 2, 1, go!
So I guess the moral of the story is, whether you're gay, straight, or anything in between, talking it out is vital in a friendship. If you're queer and insecure about how your straight friend views you, talk about it. If you're straight and curious about something, ask. And if somebody asks a question or states a comment that makes you feel uncomfortable, say so. In my opinion, dialogue can only really improve a relationship. Let me know in the comments what you think about all of this. And also follow me on Tumblr, where we have some really quality and in-depth conversations. Also, ashlymardell.spreadshirt.com. Okay, bye!
Are you staying for the stripping video?
Well, I don't know, I hope so.
I hope so.
Follow me on Twitter.
I've been asked on behalf of Ashley to have you subscribe and like. Pretty please for me, like for me, please like for me. Pretty please for me, I'll give you fake money.